Hi guys. So this weekend was absolutely incredible. I was at the IHRA Outlaw Pro Mod Nationals and it was so incredible. I had such a fantastic time. I was really impressed by the show and the way that things were ran and how hospitable they were. Oh my goodness. So this was my second time getting to have media credentials for any drag race and it was amazing. The first time was 2 weekends ago at the IHRA Outlaw Nitro Series. That was incredible. I was absolutely blown away. I'll insert some videos here, but I was absolutely blown away by how amazing it was. Um, I I've always dreamed of being a drag racing photographer, news reporter, something of that variety. I did newspaper when I was in high school. I was the editor in chief, so that was kind of always my dream to do. Work with National Dragster was the goal back in high school. Getting to live out my dreams was such an incredible experience. I could cry thinking about it. It was it was so amazing. There, I got to stand on the wall. I was on the wall pretty much the entire day, like both Friday and Saturday. I sunburnt to heck, but it was so worth it. Uh, I loved it. It was such a great time. And then, so this past weekend, Friday and Saturday, I went back to Milan, or Durana Dragway Milan, for the Pro Mod Nationals, and it was so cool. That's the first time, I think, in a long time that I've been to just a Pro Mod race. So I was at Indy in 2013 when Tim Tyndall barrel rolled 8 times. He got out of the car fine, but it scared the bejesus out of me. Freaked me out. I was a no-go on Pro Mod for many years. And then this past couple of years when the Shake and Bake show got started up, I was like, all right, I'll watch Pro Mod again. And so getting to be there for a Pro Mod race and see it go very smoothly was a good flip for my mindset of liking Pro Mod more again. Not that I'm anti-Pro Mod, but it definitely freaked me out and kept me away from watching it. Like, we were, usually my dad and I go to Indy every year, so like we have been for the last, this will be my 13th Indy. So usually when Pro Mods would come, I'd go and walk the pits for a little while because I did not want to watch anything bad potentially happening. Not that, things never go wrong in any other classes, but in my head, that was the worst class. So that mindset has changed now. Don't fret. You can thank Stevie Jackson and Lyle Barnett for that. But yeah, so back to it. It was an insane weekend. There was one wreck, Cole Pez, I think that's how you say his name. He smacked the wall. My dad got a pretty decent video of it. I'll insert it here. Smacked the wall a little bit. He went to the hospital a little while later and got checked out. If I'm remembering correctly, he had a bruised lung, but no fractures or anything too horrible. So prayers for his recovery on that. But yeah, other than that, I think Lyle got a little squirrely on the pair. There was a couple of cars getting a little squirrely, but not crashing, which was good. There was one guy who went over the center line, like almost right up at the paint, like on 60 foot some odd. So that was a little freaky, but otherwise it was a pretty clean race, which was impressive because I was sitting there thinking, all right, they're racing for a big amount of money. This is gonna get squirrely. This is gonna get a little sketchy. But no, it wasn't. The track was prepped wonderfully. I didn't hear anybody. Usually, you go to a race and you hear, oh, the track prep is so horrible and blah, blah, blah. So I didn't hear any of those complaints. So, that says a lot about what the IHRA has done and what Milan Dragway has done to prep that track and keep it good. Like this past winter, they ripped, not even winter, like springtime, they ripped the whole track, front, top to bottom. They ripped it out and redid it. I was really impressed by it, and I think other people were too. Yeah, the track prep was really good. And the heat. So it was really hot too. It was like fairly muggy. It was like 80 some odd degrees outside. I didn't really look at the weather at all because I knew that would make me unhappy. But it was pretty warm outside, and the cars were still getting down good. Now, I don't usually watch 8th mile racing, so I really don't know what a great 8th mile number is. But based on the people that were standing around me going, whoa, I'd say they were pretty good numbers. Yeah, it was some good racing too. Like I said, I was on the wall most of the day, or I was down, for the semifinals and the finals of like the last whole grouping. I was standing on the center line, like in the middle between the cars. That was insane. That was the first time I had done that at the Nitro race. I did not think I was allowed to go over there. And then this time I just asked somebody, hey, can I go stand over there and take pictures? And the person said yes. And I said, oh, thank you. And walked my happy butt over there and stood there for so long. I loved it. I'll insert a little clip of the video that I took. That was awesome. I discovered that my phone can do this cool like dual recording thing. So I like get my live reaction while I'm filming the cars. Oh my gosh. I about fell over. It was so incredible. The power, like again, I had been on the wall the last 2 races at Milan. So like I knew the last 2 IHRA races at Milan, I had been on the wall. So I knew what it felt like, you know, on your chest and everything. But then standing between them so that now they're on both sides of you was bananas. Okay, it was crazy. Gosh. Oh, I about fell over. So I texted my grandpa, because my grandpa's one of the ones who got me into drag racing. Him and my dad, they would always take me. So, you know, I'm their racing buddy. So I texted my grandpa and I sent him a selfie and said, you know, look where I'm at. And he said, okay, don't lose your mind. You got to keep it reined in until, you know, you get back to the car. And I was like, okay. So I'm like standing there doing some deep breathing and trying to calm down. And I'm just freaking out because, like, I've never been able to stand in that spot. And, you know, that's always the dream, is get as close as you possibly can to those cars. And now I'm officially doing official business, standing in the middle. I was freaking out. I don't know how I didn't stand there and jump around and clap my hands and freak out, because I was internally losing it. It was so cool. Oh my gosh. Like it's been a couple days now and I'm still like, that happened? What? It was such a good weekend. And then I had my dad as my cameraman, as like my second cameraman, and so he was like, most of the day he was standing on the left side of the track and I was standing on the right, so we would get, you know, both lanes of cars. And getting to do that, getting to live out my dreams with my dad was amazing. Like, it just made it even more special than it already was. So awesome. The hospitality. Let's talk about the hospitality, okay? The hospitality was incredible. I am a very small media person at this point. Obviously, I'm working on growing, but very small at this point. And I was treated with the exact same respect and everything as all of the other big photographers and big media people. And that was very, very mind-blowing to me. And it made me feel very included in this. And that was very impressive to me. I was blown away. Like, the food was amazing. They fed us that we had unlimited drinks all day long, water, Gatorade, pop. It was awesome. I very much so needed it, being out on the line all day. It was it was so awesome. I had, free access to the tower. The Wi-Fi was great. I could use the Wi-Fi from darn near anywhere on the line, which that was helpful in, being able to quickly upload videos. And, I would go back inside. I'd sit in the tower for a little bit and edit some pictures and, do my little editing of videos, throw the logos on a video so I could upload it real quick. And, I had my stuff in there all day, and it was just awesome. I could go in and charge my devices and make sure everything was good. And it was really awesome. And I got to meet so many amazing people that are working with the IHRA or are other photographers. I got to do a little networking. It was so cool. Like, I can't believe that this is my life and that this is actually happening. Like, my dreams are starting to come true. It's happening, guys. And it's crazy. Oh my goodness. Oh, I can't believe it. Randy Weatherford won in Pro Mod. So Dylan Voss won in Mountain Motor Pro Stock. That was also awesome. Okay, I have missed seeing hood scoops on Pro Stocks since they got rid of them in the NHRA. Okay, I missed it. Listen, I understand it's better for the driver to be able to see and blah, 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 and it might be better technically wise, but I miss it, okay? That's the that's the Pro Stocks that I grew up with, and that's what seems right to me. Justin Snowden won in Top Sportsman, and I got an amazing video of his family absolutely losing their minds when he won. It was so awesome. I don't know if it's his wife or somebody, but there was a lady there just grabbed another lady and was jumping around, freaking out, so excited, and that was just so fun to see. I loved it. So happy for him, and his whole family for winning that. And then Howard Michael won the 64 Top Bulb Shootout race. That was pretty awesome. I believe I got a video of his family, his team freaking out too. It was awesome. That was a really cool race too, because I don't never remember seeing or hearing a Top Bulb race before. So that was really cool to see that all go down. It was really awesome. But yeah, it was a really amazing weekend. I am so thankful to the IHRA for giving me the media credentials. It was such an incredible time. I'm really looking forward to possibly going to another IHRA event this year. I don't think I'll be able to go to the one at the beginning of September. I think it's in Hebron. Just because it's the weekend after Indy, and money-wise, I don't know how that'll go. But I am looking forward to going to the one at formerly National Trail Raceway. I'll insert what it's actually called here. I am looking forward to possibly going to that one. I think that's closer to the end of September. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching and supporting me as I start to live out this dream of mine. Have an awesome day.